Hello everyone, welcome to the episode of Whiteboard series. In this episode, we are going to learn more about Avahan. I have not talked about Avahan in any of the previous videos. This is the first time I'm talking about Avahan. So Avahan is nothing but the one which you saw in Kantara. So in Kantara, you will see the hero getting the Avahan of Guliga, Panjurli. Similarly, there are many daivas all over the world which are dharmic in nature. That is, whenever adharma occurs, they come into the body of humans to protect dharma, to protect the people, to protect the innocent. So they are there as protectors. That is Kshetra Palas, that is like the protectors of the area. So every area in the world will have Kshetra Pala. Kshetra meaning area and Pala meaning protector. So they are like the protectors of the area. So every land on earth will have its own kind of daivas, its own deities. So we will learn more about Avahan in this video today. So first of all, we will learn about Avahan using the help of an example. So let's say Ganesh. Ganesh was born in the 1800s during the British colonization rule. So he was born maybe near Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, and he had a mother named Ganga because his father, that is Damodar, died in the hands of British. That is, Britishers, when they were ruling India, they used to kill a lot of people. That is, whoever doesn't listen to them, they used to kill. They used to treat people like slaves. And during the slavery, a lot of men were killed, massacred. And during that time, many kids and women were left without the man of the house. So Damodar was killed in the same way, and Ganesh and Ganga were left alone. That is, Ganesh grew up only with his mother, that is Ganga. He never saw his father growing up. So what happened was, as he was growing up, as he grew 10-year-old, 15-year-old, that time suddenly a British officer, that is James, comes to their house and sees Ganesh and Ganga together, happy. And this British officer, with so much anger, he says to Ganga, "Why are you not planting crops properly? You deserve punishment." And what he does is, James goes to Ganga and hits Ganga all over her body. That is, he hits her on the back, on the head. So everywhere, all parts of her body will be injured. And Ganesh, a 10-year-old kid, he sees his mother being beaten by a British officer. Ganesh, as he looks at this incident, he gets shocked because throughout his life, he saw his mother happy, loving, caring. But suddenly when a man, that is an unknown man, when he starts hitting his mother, he gets very furious. But since Ganesh was just a 10-year-old, the British officer could handle Ganesh very easily. That is, he was just a 10-year-old kid. So using just a weapon, he would shoo off Ganesh. But Ganesh still had that revenge in him. That is, throughout his childhood, that is when he grew 15, 20-year-old, the anger started building inside him. Because every time he sleeps, he would get visions of the officer hitting his mother. And that didn't let him sleep. And that revenge was boiling. So this incident kept on happening. That is, whenever Ganga was not able to do her work properly in the farm, James, the officer of that area, would hit her very much. And Ganesh would be boiled with anger. And slowly one day, Ganesh couldn't tolerate it anymore. So that is when certain change occurred in his body. The anger which was boiling every day was not the same on one particular day. That is, when he was 21-year-old, suddenly the anger bursted out. That is, when James was hitting Ganga, he saw the incident and he couldn't tolerate it anymore. So there was one tandav happening inside him. He was not in control. He knew something is going on in his body. From his Sahasrara Chakra, a certain energy flowed, a huge amount of energy, like Narasimha, like Kali, like Guliga, Panjurli. A huge amount of energy went through his Sahasrara Chakra. And he started vibrating. It was not vibrations of fear. It was vibrations of some entity. It was not human in nature. The energy that came inside him was not a human. It was some Ugra deity of that area. When Adharma crosses its boundaries, every area will have its own Kshetra Pala. So one of the Kshetra Pala entered Ganesh's body and Ganesh started vibrating. He was aware, but at the same time, he was not in control. He was aware that an energy entered him, but he was not in control because the energy was more powerful than himself. So he was shaking very vigorously. Then a bloodthirst arose. Suddenly he started salivating. His mouth watered. It was like bloodlust. The whole body shaking. And suddenly Ganesh hopped on James, on his shoulders. Then he tore James' neck with his bare mouth. He was eating the flesh of James. Then many officers came to see what is going on. And there was Ganesh eating the flesh of James very happily, very joyfully. He was drinking the blood of James through his neck, and very happily he was applying James' blood all over his body, and he was still shaking. Suddenly, there was a realization. That is when all were watching, including Ganga, his own mother. Ganga was completely in shock by seeing that incident. She was watching the incident but not able to process it because she never saw her own son in the animalistic mode. It was like a lion eating a deer. Same way Ganesh was eating James. And it was very disturbing for many to watch. Even the officers were shocked. Many officers came to see this incident, and Ganesh was seeing them with the eyes of an animal, a very terrifying animal. All the officers were scared to go near him. And while this Avahan was going on, Ganesh was self-inquiring, like, what is going on inside me? Who is this animal? To his surprise, he saw a stable consciousness. When he was doing Tandav with the blood of James, when he was applying James' blood all over his body, when he was eating the flesh of James, there was one consciousness which was very stable. The consciousness was just watching, and Ganesh was able to witness it. That is, Ganesh saw that silent consciousness. Ganesh saw that stable consciousness which is only watching the incident. It's not reacting. It's not judging whether the incident is good, bad. It is just watching. And Ganesh was in his own world. There were total 3 entities. That is, when Ganesh closed his eyes while eating the flesh of James, he saw total 3 entities. One is Ganesh himself. One is the Kshetra Pala, which was trying to protect the land from the Britishers. And the other one was the silent consciousness, silent watcher. And Ganesh was questioning, who are these 3? Why do I have 3 people inside me? So that is when he realized that the silent watcher was nothing but Shiva. So Shiva is a silent consciousness. It just watches the Leela of Shakti. It never judges, it never intervenes. It just watches. And the other, Kshetra Pala, which was doing the Tandav with the blood of James, was nothing but Shakti herself. So Ma Shakti has many forms. All the Mahavidyas from Tripura Bhairavi till Tripura Sundari all have some purpose. That is, Tripura Bhairavi protects the land. Mahavidya Kamala protects your assets. Mahavidya Kali protects your own loved ones. Similarly, Mahavidya Baglamukhi also gives you the weapons to protect. And there is Mahavidya Bhuvaneshwari, which gives you the ability to unconditionally love someone. Mahavidya Dhumavati gives you the sadness whenever your loved ones pass away. And Mahavidya Tara helps you speak. Mahavidya Matangi gives you the knowledge to speak. Mahavidya Chinnamasta destroys your ego for the truth to come in. And finally, Mahavidya Tripura Sundari relieves you from this Maya, because Shodashi herself created this Maya, and she has so many Kshetra Palas distributed all over the universe. So every realm, that is the astral realm, causal realm, physical realm, every planet, every galaxy has its own Kshetra Pala. And that Kshetra Pala is nothing but the Kaameshwara himself, that is the husband of Mahavidya Tripura Sundari. And that Kaameshwara splits into many parts, that is, he tries to protect Mahavidya Tripura Sundari. So he is the one who splits into many Atmans, and he protects the land, protects the planet, protects the universe from adharma. So if someone is trying to disturb the causal being sleep, a Kshetra Pala is sent to protect the dharma. You can call it Guliga, Panjurli, Kali, Narasimha, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, there are only 3 parts in your consciousness. One is Shiva, one is Shakti, and one is you. You is an illusion created by the combination of Shiva and Shakti. So every one of us, that is every Vishnu, has Shiva and Shakti in it. That is every Kshirodakshaya Vishnus, like humans, astral beings, animals, birds, insects, have Shiva and Shakti inside them. Every causal being, that is the Garbhodakshaya Vishnus, have Shiva and Shakti inside them. Every Karanodakshaya Vishnu also has Shiva and Shakti inside them. So all the Vishnus are dreaming of different universes using the help of Shiva and Shakti. So Shiva is the watcher and Shakti is the Tandav maker. So Shakti is the one who does Tandav whenever adharma occurs. Otherwise, if the Vishnu's dream is peaceful, she will not enter. She will just be on par with Shiva. That is, she'll balance with Shiva. But if some adharma occurs, she will increase. That is what I explained in Clickout Phenomena. That is when Shakti becomes infinite, like how Ganesh got the Avahan of the Kshetra Pala of that area. His Shakti became max. That is, his human body was not able to contain that Shakti. So that Shakti became max. It was vibrating so high that Clickout Phenomena occurred. That is, Ganesh was able to self-inquire. That is, he was able to see that there are total 3 parts inside him. One is the illusory Ganesh character, and one is the silent consciousness which is just watching the Leela, and another is the Shakti herself, that is in the form of Kshetra Pala, which is vibrating infinitely because of the anger that James created by hitting his mother. So whenever adharma occurs, Shakti increases in the body. Shakti becomes infinite, and when Shakti vibrates infinitely, Clickout phenomena occurs. So if you want to know about Clickout phenomena, you can check out the video called Clickout Phenomena on this whiteboard series playlist. And once Clickout phenomena happens, the consciousness becomes more aware. So Ganesh's consciousness became aware that there is some parts in him that he has to explore. So when he saw that silent consciousness, which was as attractive as the Shakti which is doing Tandav is as attractive as the Shiva who is just watching the Tandav. So both are very interesting to have. Both Shiva and Shakti inside us are very interesting because they are unexplored. That is, we were being taught about Shiva, Shakti, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Kundalini Sadhana long time ago, that is during Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga. But in Kali Yuga, because of so many invasions in India, the knowledge of Kundalini Sadhana got lost. And there are only few people in the world who are following that right now also, like in Rudrayamala Tantra, Kriya Yoga, Hatha Yoga, etc. So we have to learn this Kundalini Sadhana in order to understand the three parts inside us. One is the illusory self, that is the Vishnu, dreamer, created by our own consciousness. One is the silent consciousness, which is just watching the Maya Leela. And another is the Shakti herself, who is giving rise to this creation, who is the raw material for this creation. Without Shakti, there is no universe, there is no Maya, there is no Leela. Only because of Shakti or energy, the Leela occurs. The Shiva, the consciousness, gets energy enough to create the entire universe. Without Shiva, there is no observer for this universe. Both observer and energy is required. Observer requires energy to create the creation. At the same time, the energy requires the observer to see the creation. Without observer, there is no proof of universe. Without energy, there is no raw material to create the universe. So both go hand in hand. That is, Shiva, Shakti go hand in hand. And Vishnu, or the character, or the illusory self, the dreamer, is the one who is the Dharma Palaka, or the one who maintains the dream, who maintains the dream stable, who maintains dharma inside the dream, so that all the dreamers get the opportunity to fulfill their desire. Without the dharma, the dream would be unsatisfied. There would be many Ravanas who will not let other dreamers satisfy their desires. There will be many Ravanas who will only be selfish and who will only satisfy their own desires and not care about the other's desire. Dharma means letting everyone fulfill their desires peacefully without disturbing the other dreamers. So that is how Avahan of the Kshetra Pala of that area helped Ganesh establish Dharma. And after James was killed brutally, all the British officers stopped bothering the Indians in that area. The British officers let the natives be by themselves. They never imposed their rules on that area because the king of that area was nothing but the Kshetra Pala, the Tripura Sundari or Tripura Bhairavi saint. So I hope this video has brought some light to your consciousness. Thanks for watching. We'll meet in the next video. Jai Mahakal.